Hey guys, tried to change up the environment. I don't think it's gonna work, it's too windy. Okay, I'll try. So just wanted to give you an update. I did go to the doctor on Friday to get my second beta. This may not work. And I had a very good beta. It was 1750. So the number is doing what it's supposed to do. It's doubling, tripling every 3 or 4 days, just as it should. So we're headed in the right direction, and that's good news. I hope that the numbers continue to be strong more than ever. I hope that I get a heartbeat on the ultrasound, which isn't for 2 more weeks. So bear with me as I slowly die in the meantime. And I also wanted to answer a few questions that I have been receiving, just to clear the air, I guess. So the first question that I get a lot, which is a weird question, but I mean, it's a question. Why did we do IVF? I mean, what do you mean why? I did all the other procedures before this point. This was definitely not a choice that I made. It's not something I desired for myself or wanted to do. However, I did have a strong desire to grow my family, which a lot of people, oh, I thought IVF, you know, was if people couldn't have kids at all. She already has a kid. Why does she want another kid? And, you know, questions like that. Just because when I envisioned my future, I didn't envision having one child. And if anyone knows my son, MJ, he's definitely a social butterfly. He loves companionship. He wants a sibling so bad. He wants it more than we do 90% of the time. So, I mean, that's kind of a strange question. I don't know, but I guess it's a question. So there's the answer. I want to grow my family. I did not want to just have one child. I envisioned having at least 2 kids. So that's the reason that I'm doing IVF, so I can have more children, clearly. Another question is the cost. Okay, so since we're getting, you know, personal, because we're not personal enough already, IVF can cost anywhere from $12,000 a cycle up to $28,000-$30,000 a cycle. I mean, you can Google it, and you also just have to ask your doctor, because every office has different packages and different programs that they offer you. Our particular facility did have like a refund program. So like you take out a loan and it has like a money back guarantee. Basically, if you don't bring home a live baby, they give you a portion of the money back. So we did have to go that route because, as I stated previously, I didn't plan on having to do IVF. So I didn't save for it. I didn't think this was gonna happen. It kind of was just sprung on us pretty last minute when all the other things we were doing just weren't successful. They weren't working. So that's what we did. And another question some people say is like, that's hard for them to, you know, agree with, is paying that kind of money to have a child, or they don't understand why someone would do that. Okay, so to them I say, first of all, to each his own. Like, I don't judge anybody. Everybody can live their own life and make their own financial decisions. I'm definitely in a position where I'm able to. So for starters, I'm blessed and happy that I am able to. Another thing is, from a mother's perspective, having already have a child, if you were to tell me I had to pay for my son, MJ, or how much would I pay for him, or any kind of way I can word it, like, he's priceless. Like, I genuinely would pay any amount of money to have him, like, if I was in this situation then. So for me to even question it or think twice about it for my second child, I don't know, it just, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I pay millions. If somebody told me I had to pay $1 million for him, I'd be in debt forever. I don't care, I would, because he is worth way more than that to me, to my life. You know, I can't express the unconditional love that I have for him, or that a parent has for a child. Like, if you're not a parent, that may not float your boat, or that may not answer your question. So for those that aren't already parents, or they're trying to be first-time parents, and this is the route they have to go when they're struggling with the financial decision, I say to them, you finance a car, right? Because that costs way more than this. You'd finance furniture, you'd finance a pool, you'd finance, you know, tons of things that are materialistic and have no real substance or relevance in the long run in your life. So if science has made it possible, and there's companies that make it possible for you to actually finance a baby, I don't see why, you know, why not? If you're in a position where you're able to finance it and you can afford it, and you know, it's a choice that you decide to make, I'm all for it, clearly, because like I said, I financed way stupider things in my life. Things that I finance, I finance my braces. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's crazy that it's even a question to some people, but I do understand the pressure and how it feels when you get that price tag, because I was there before. But again, I debated on it, I thought about it, and just the thought of not having my son, or if I had to pay for my son, literally made me cry. So it's like, to me, that's why. That's why you finance it. That's why you do what you got to do to pay for your IVF. It's going to be worth it, trust me. Another question that is asked commonly is, did I have to do any diet changes? Not really. Some offices do have like recommendations they make for you. My office wasn't really specific about that, and they really didn't. They kind of let you do your own thing, so you could do your own research on fertility diets and that type of thing. I already eat pretty clean. I don't eat a lot of meat. I haven't eaten red meat in years. I am a caffeine junkie, so the hardest thing has been giving up my caffeine addiction. So I just have like my 1 cup a day, and I can't even finish that whole cup because it's starting to like I don't even want it anymore. So that's that question. Alcohol, you got to give up, obviously. So I do like my wine and my cocktails on occasion, but definitely can take a break for this process. It's not a big deal. Vacationing, you have to kind of take a break from, because you have to be here and available and ready to go for the multitude of doctor's appointments that you're going to embark on. So vacationing and not doing that, it's kind of a lifestyle change. But in the meantime, hey, I'm saving some money, put that money towards the IVF, so it kind of is a win-win. I did not do acupuncture. I did get asked that. Acupuncture works for a lot of women. A lot of people support it, and you know, to each his own. Me personally, like I stated before, I'm a pharmacist. Very scientifically based way of thinking, very Eastern medicine, just a black and white type of person. So acupuncture, if you don't wholeheartedly believe in something, I don't think it's gonna work for you. So it just seems kind of, to me personally, which is why I didn't do it, because I was like, I feel like on the fence about whether I believe it works or the relevance of it. So if you don't believe in your heart and soul that something's relevant or legit, then you already set yourself up for that not to work for you. That's how I see it. So I didn't even bother, because I kind of on the fence about how I feel about it. So there's no point in even trying it, because that kind of messed up my odds of it working to begin with. And exercise is another one that I get asked a lot about, because a lot of my friends and family, they know that I love to exercise. I was an exercise junkie. I like to go to the gym. 5 o'clock in the morning, that was my thing. I love it, still do, I miss it. But I did have to cut back on my exercise. The doctor recommended that I just kind of take it easy, only do like yoga and stretching, very gentle things that don't disrupt your uterus. So no running, jogging, heavy lifting, any of those things, especially once you start the medications, because you're overstimulating your ovaries. So you kind of got a lot going on, and you don't want to add to the stress of that situation. So the only thing you really can do is like walking and boring stuff. So I just took a break. I can't wait to get the green light though, so I could go back to the gym because I'm ready. And if I never get the green light, because that's sometimes possible with certain conditions that people have during pregnancy, they can't work out, it's fine. Guess my snapback is gonna have to be epic, as someone else said to me before. So it's fine. I'll sacrifice whatever it is. You know, you come this far, you're gonna do what you gotta do, basically. So I think I've answered all of the questions. If there's anything else you guys would like to know, you can message me, get in touch with me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions and go over anything that may come up. Otherwise, just waiting on my next doctor's appointment, these boring blood work appointments, until the actual ultrasound appointment, which is what I'm waiting on. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, all of my other videos are below. I definitely started documenting the journey from the beginning when I was about 7 days in. Convenient airplane coming over right now. And you can watch those videos just to catch up with where I am in my cycle and what I've already been through and had to do to get to this point. Thanks so much for watching.